Hello everyone and welcome to episode 195 of the Xbox Hall of Gamers podcast. This week I'm joined by Keo.
Hey everyone.
And Shane.
Hello.
And I'm Matt as always. Bit of a quiet week this week. We're getting that sort of, close to Christmas and, the big game releases are out and people are thinking about what they want to do for their holidays and then Christmas parties and stuff. And yeah, it's a little bit quiet out there. Well, except for fucking Warner Brothers, but they're always causing problems. As always, we do the show live on Twitch. Xbox Hall of Gamers is a place to find us. Come say hi, hang out, usual business. We'll try and interact with the chat as much as possible and answer questions if you have any. Speaking of questions, we do have 3 this week. One from Cameron, who says, what is one cliffhanger in a game that you're still waiting on a resolution for? So I guess a game that ended on a cliffhanger that they just kind of they were just done with, the series ended, or I don't know.
Oh man, I have a good one for this one, and it's related to Xbox now because the game is on Xbox. Tomb Raider: Angel of Darkness.
Oh my god!
Actually,
yeah, okay.
Oh wow!
Yeah, man, that game needed to have it needed to have an end of that story because it was kind of like in a weird spot at the end of that one. So yeah,
Was that the 6th game? I'm trying to remember what
it was the 6th game,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they did that trilogy and then the second trilogy they redid, right?
They did, yeah. So it's kind of like the rebirthing of Lara Croft, and that it had like weird story elements where you had like conversations in the game and stuff like that. And I still liked the levels and stuff like that, but involving that second character and then the weirdness that kind of happened at the end and then no conclusion, that it's just
because after that they basically just rebooted it into was Legends Anniversary and Underworld,
the
one with Thor.
Yes.
So I guess the first 360 trilogy basically.
Yes, so the one with Thor's hammer, that was the one that was spoilers for a game that's multiple years old. That trilogy was actually pretty good too. That's a great shout. I remember, I think there was a rumor that they were planning on killing Lara at the end of Angel of Darkness, which is why they had so many ridiculously over the top death animations for that game. Because they would apparently just they were like, oh, we're just going to end the franchise here, and everyone was like, no, don't. What are you fucking on this game?
Yeah, well, a game series known for death animations, right? So
yeah.
I mean, the first game you could input a certain button sequence and then do a backflip and she explodes. So
true, very true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some good ones for this. Recently, Immortals of Avium actually had a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of it. It had like a double cliffhanger at the end of it, and then that company went out of business. So
Yeah, it's a shame that game was cool.
Yeah, it was. It was surprisingly good, actually. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, again, I knew about it, so it wasn't like I was like, oh no, whatever. But
oh no, will they ever finish this for me?
Oh, actually, the one Alison and I were talking about the other day was when I finished the Veilguard, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. It ends on a cliffhanger, like reframe the universe kind of thing. And we're like, well, we're never going to see any of those because they're definitely not making another one of these Dragon Age games anytime soon because EA is basically done, and so is BioWare. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's usually when things go out of business or they go in a totally different direction. I don't know. Most games have realized that they're probably not going to get a sequel these days and don't have big cliffhangers and that kind of stuff. Like they wrap their stories up pretty nicely because nothing's a given these days.
Or it ends up being a DLC, like Dead Rising 4. That's how they did.
Sure.
That,
Mm-hmm. Or was it Asura's Wrath was the same thing, right? Where they ended on a cliffhanger.
Oh,
The actual true ending. Well, I know people got pissed off that the true ending was in a DLC, but it was because they wanted to do a sequel. They didn't get it greenlit, and so they had to condense the entire second plot of that game into one DLC pack.
Right. I appreciate that they managed it, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So...
Yeah. I don't know. Any other thoughts?
No, I was actually struggling to come up with one. I was gonna say something Dead Rising 4, but they kind of cleaned that up, and we've got rumors that we got a new Dead Rising coming. So
Yeah.
maybe that'll get cleaned up here soon.
I mean, to be fair, they
So,
never explained what the fuck happened at the end of Dead Rising 1. They were just like
End of Dead Rising 1?
where you're on the tank at the
Yeah, they
very
just
end,
kinda-
and then just like, all right, well, that's fucked. And then
Someone saved him.
yes, exactly. And then suddenly it's like, oh, second game, different character, and then third game, I don't know, whatever. But
Yeah, they kind of tie up what happens in Dead Rising 1 in, what is it, Code West?
yeah,
We
right.
get a lot of tie up with like Isabella
That's
and
true,
what
yeah,
happened
there
with
is
that, and
Completely forgot about Code West.
but
Actually,
and then
to
some
be
more
fair.
hints of what happened in 2 and 3 and things like that. So they don't have a whole lot of dangling threads besides just what happens next in Dead Rising, which
Yeah,
I'm all
that's
down
true.
for. But if I remembered the Asura's Wrath one, I'd say that because man, I love that game. That game was so cool,
It's so
and I would
fucking
happily see more of that storyline.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just trying to see. I'm checking the thread there to see if anyone had any questions about it. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I mean, Kingdom Hearts always ends on a cliffhanger. We're
Yeah.
still waiting on the fourth one, but that game has been a long time coming. But so is 3. So, yeah, it's like I was saying, I don't think we don't get as many like cliffhangers that don't get resolved these days because most people are like, we're getting one game out of this, and we'll be lucky if our company is still here by the end of this if it sells. So,
Let's just make sure we got our ducks in a row,
yeah,
and then we'll double back and change what actually happened in the first game.
yeah, we'll
to
retcon
explain
it
the
exactly.
sequel. That's what I was looking for.
We also have a question here from Reaganstein, who says, "Does anyone plan on playing any winter or holiday themed games for this month? Is it something that you do?"
Well, I mean, for us, it'd be more summary, I guess. If
True, yeah.
we're sticking to the theme, but
I don't know. I mean, I don't usually have like holiday games. I usually try and like put some time aside over the holidays to play like larger titles, or it's usually what it
Yeah.
is game of the year time. So I need to go back and figure out what shit I've missed out. And so December is just like a mad scramble to try and finish as many games that came out this year, which is pretty much what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
yeah.
I'll probably play that Grinch game that's on Game Pass. Why not?
Did
Why
that
not?
make it to Game Pass?
It
Okay.
did. It did make it a Game Pass, yeah, or at least they re-released it.
Yeah, they delisted the original and then immediately put the new one on Game Pass.
Sure, whatever. All right.
Yeah, I urge everyone to go back to the Saint 2 Saved Christmas in
Yes,
Saints Row.
that is a great DLC.
Yes,
Yeah.
great one.
I'm gonna fight Santa Claus. Yeah. So what other Christmas themed stuff is there? I don't know. You don't get a lot of.
Dead Rising 4, funny enough. I
Yeah,
mean,
true. That's true. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. But then you have to play Dead Rising 4. So
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
you
do
could
have
just
to play and the DLC
Yeah.
and the achievements and
you could do the Division. That's all year round.
that's true. Yeah,
No.
the division
Actual
was.
Christmas.
Yeah, what that was. It was like Thanksgiving. I think so that's close enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. All the Christmas trees are up and this and that.
It's true. It is the holiday season.
It's
Yep.
all- yeah.
you could do Fallout 76. They always have seasonal stuff,
That's
or
true.
you could do Assassin's Creed 3 has a lot of snow, a lot of snow.
Used to.
But I don't know. I don't tend to holiday it up for like Christmas and Thanksgiving as much as I do Halloween.
No, fair enough. I mean, it's not as.
Because Halloween,
interesting.
you do a spooky game. and
Exactly.
that's easy
yeah.
enough.
The whole genre for it.
Yeah.
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 He also has another question here. How do you approach stacks? Do you play them all at once? Then do you play all? Hang on. Do you play all of one and then do the other? Do you alternate? Does it depend on the length of the game? I debated whether to do the stack of Carry On because it's leaving Game Pass is worth doing because I remember so little about playing it originally, and I remember it being bugged that it had a lack of a map, which is true. It doesn't have a map, which is very annoying. It's one of its few faults. I don't know. I mean, we've obviously done a lot of stacks over our years. You guys have an approach? Any thoughts?
Depends what it was.
Yeah,
like, for instance, the Lego
yeah.
Movie I was not getting anywhere. I was not doing that right off the back of the other one.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. That was a pain. But then games like Wanted, I did right away because I had it fresh in my memory. It wasn't super long, so I just jumped right in so I could do it. Same with Limbo. Same, I did 2 of those right in a row, so I could just. Oh, and Goat Simulator.
Oh,
Because
right.
it took me however long to do the Flatmaster the first time, and then I immediately jumped into the next one I was going to do and nailed it right first try. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for skill-based stuff where you want to be jumping straight on it and just writing it out, especially if they're shorter games. Like Limbo is a great example where I had the stacks sitting there for a long time and I played both of them but never got the less than 5 death achievement, and I just did them back to back because I was like, fuck it. I'm never going to be as practiced as I am doing it the first time. I might as well just try and get it the second time.
Yeah, and I'm going to regret probably someday not doing that third stack at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day when we never had stacks, I used to like buying a game on a different platform to see if there were any differences between them. Because you always had that old, like PS3, for example, right?
Yeah.
There was an Xbox 360 version, there was a PS3 version. So I'd buy the PS3 version because there was always those little things like Skyrim didn't never work properly, or you know, so just little things that you'd pick up on just out of interest. But it goes back to even further when stuff like Tomb Raider Legend had a different game on every platform. You bought the DS version. You had areas of it was like a side scroller, I think, or something similar, and then you had areas of the screen where you could scratch this touch screen to unlock like runes and secrets and stuff like that.
It used to be when they used to get different devs to like take a game and just do different versions of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like a good example is the Ghostbusters game that was on 360. They had the DS, they had the PS3 360 ones, which were pretty much the same, but then they had the PSP one and the Wii, and they made them into a cartoony style.
Yes, that's right.
So because they were completely different style, it was good to go and see how they interpreted that back into a different cartoon style. So that's the kind of stuff I like with differences in platforms, and stuff like old Soul Calibur games had different characters on different platforms.
True. Yeah, it was a Hayachi on PlayStation, Spawn on Xbox, and Link on GameCube.
And like Link, yeah. So that was always fun and always a good marketing ploy, but good way to kind of jump and grab your favorite character. So yeah. So yeah, I'm happy to do stacks, but obviously mostly on games that I would get to the stacks even if I pick them up, like if I like the games. So, but yeah, I generally do the games for Windows Live ones, trying for as many completions as I can with those. So, yeah.
Shane, what about you?
Yeah, I forgot about the whole series completion of it all. I definitely try to do that too. Like
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, I have the entire series completion if I can do all these stacks that have been released lately done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that'd be pretty cool. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. Like I used to be much more into stacks when I was hardcore achievement hunting and trying to get my score up and leaderboard hunt. It was definitely more of a consideration of like, well, I know this game inside and out. I know the achievements. I know what I need to do. So I'm just going to do it again. And so sometimes it would just be I'll jump from one to the other. Like I've played Bioshock 1 and 2 so many fucking times because of all the versions they've released of the game. Whether it was Games Workers Live or the remaster or the regional variants. It's a lot.
People love the Arkham Asylum stack.
That's the other one too, right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love that one. That at this point, that's an easy completion for me. I can finish that in a day without a guide. Just blow through the whole thing.
I still have at least one version to do on the
great game.
I think I need the 360 Game of the Year edition to do, and the new versions on the Xbox One. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that like I used to do that a lot and just be like bang bang bang, but now it's more if something has a stack, especially if it comes to Game Pass, it's usually like I'll try to play it early, and then maybe when it's leaving I'll do the stack or depending on the game. Just so I don't get burnt out, because like I'm much more interested in having like unique experiences than just kind of grinding out score. Like for example, I've been playing Aliens Dark Descent, and that has a PC stack, and there's no way I'm going to do that. It's just like it's
Oh, no way.
It's like the main game has been struggle enough. And like I've been enjoying it, but it is like it's the kind of game where I'm like totally fine to experience this once. I don't need the extra score. Playing through it again will probably make it easier, like now because I understand the levels a lot better and stuff. But still, it's just like I don't think I'll get more out of it. Whereas like if it's something like I think a stack that I did recently was Revenge of the Savage Planet because that had a PC stack, but it was Game Pass as well, which was great. And I played through the main game solo the first time, and then Char wanted to play it. I played main game solo on PC, and then Char wanted to play it, so I played with them on console. And again, same game, but great experience, but with different people and that kind of stuff. Like having a reason to go back to it, I think is always good.
That's what I wanted to say about that. Like the Revenge, like it's such a good opportunity to play with other people and have them experience the same thing that you experienced before and know where you're going with it. Yeah. So
so that's
what makes things better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tend to sort of shy away from stacks for the most part, unless it's like a relatively short game. If the game's like under 10 hours, I'll probably just do them back to back because it's like whatever, I'll get it done in a weekend. But if it's like, oh, play this 50-hour game and then do the stack of it, I'm like, probably not. It's definitely a time consideration thing. I have so many other games to play that it's just not super appealing, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think the last time I did a stack actually might have been Savage Planet, but Journey.
Journey's so fun. Yeah, I was considering playing the Employee of the Year edition that they had on Game Pass for a while, but I never got around to it because I was like, I've played the game already before. It was good, but like there's two versions. It's a re-release, and the re-release has a stack as well. So pretty big commitment. And then it was also on Game Pass for like 3 months for whatever reason. So is what it is. All right. And yeah, I get what you mean about Carry On there. Carry On's great though. I would recommend going back and playing it. I still think it's a fantastic game. Like I was really, really impressed with like how weird and fucked up they made that game for such a short experience. Red Ninja Dan asks, if you guys could remake any film but with the Muppets, what film would you remake, and what would the one human actor be? He said, I would do Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, keep Harrison Ford as the one human actor, have Miss Piggy as Leia, and Kermit as Luke, and Fozzie Bear as Chewie. I like that suggestion a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Especially like the Frozen and Carbonite scene would be amazing. Who would you get to play Darth Vader, though, is the question. It's really the question. I could see Gonzo. Gonzo. Yeah, Gonzo is Darth Vader.
Yeah, we all know.
Yeah, actually, that's actually brilliant. Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that.
I'm thinking something with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh hell yeah, yeah,
and I'm edging on Commando. So...
Commando was what my first thought as well in terms of Schwarzenegger. I mean, to be fair, Terminator would also work.
Yeah.
Like maybe Terminator 2. Because you want a few more people to be able to act around in terms of like that's the thing is that like if you're going to do a Muppets movie, you need to have like an ensemble cast. So it can't be like you wouldn't. Well, I mean, you could do like Predator, but it doesn't really work because at the end of it, it's just the Predator and Arnold. At the end of it, like the other characters end up dying off. But Commando's.
I mean, the thought with Commando is like if it was the puppet as Arnold, then you'd have all the exacerbated like movement like. Shaking animations and they're firing guns and all that kind of stuff. So, but if it was something like Predator, it'd have to be like the puppets getting ripped to shreds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like something ultra violent with the would be great. Like, actually, I'd love to see like a mob movie with Muppets, like something like maybe not The Godfather, but something like that.
Goodfellas, obviously.
Yeah, Goodfellas is what I was thinking. I want to see that scene where you think I'm funny? Like a clown, literally in clown makeup or something would just be so perfect.
Yeah,
it'd be Rizzo saying that, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
And that brings us to Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, actually, Pulp Fiction would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, I just
watched one of the Benoit Blanc movies would be great.
Oh, Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Like a Knives Out with just Muppets, but Benoit Blanc is the only actual person in it.
The best part about like the Christmas Carol one is that what's his name?
Michael
the
Caine.
Actor. I can't think of it. Yeah, Michael Caine. He's even said that he went in there and acted like it was a serious thing,
Yeah.
and they weren't Muppets.
Yeah.
And so you need an actor that can do that, and I think
100%.
what's his face could do that really well.
Yeah, Daniel
So,
Craig. Yeah.
that'd be great.
Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that. That would be. I mean, to be fair, I did just see this to promote the new Knives Out movie. They did make a Muppet version of Benoit Blanc.
Beignet Blanc. Yeah.
Beignet, which is again top tier. Muppets know what's up. Ah man, yeah, that would be so fucking good. Yeah, a murder mystery with Muppets actually would be really good because you could kind of lean on the fourth wall a little bit with like the stage production element of the Muppets show, where it's like
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. Yeah, it would be great. I do like a good Muppets movie. It's been a while. And Muppets Treasure Island is an all-timer, though. It's just, it's so fantastic. All right. Well, again, it's very quiet, so I only really have one big piece of news, which everyone's been talking about, which is Netflix
That's a big one.
are acquiring Warner Brothers, which includes all of its video game stuff as well. So it now means that Netflix is going to own Harry Potter, DC, and HBO. So they're going to do HBO Flicks or Netmax. I don't know. Like, what are they doing? I'm very curious to see. Again, like this has literally just happened, so we don't know what it actually means.
And it hasn't even been finalized.
Yeah, it's not finalized.
They're just in. Yeah, it's being. What do you want to call it? Like they're
They've
working on
accepted the
acquiring
bid or
them
whatever,
now.
but like, yeah, none of
Yep.
it's happened. And apparently, it'll be like end of next year that they'll even close this. So. Yeah, but it includes all their game studios as well. So that's like NetherRealm, Rocksteady, Avalanche, TT Games, and a few others.
The patent for Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yes,
Oh, the
actually,
Nemesis system, yeah.
Nemesis system, yeah. All the Lord of the Rings stuff is going to be in there. We don't know what this means for games yet, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Netflix has kind of taken they did jump into games for a little bit, but they seem to have taken a bit of a step back from, they acquired a bunch of studios.
So
Yeah. So they definitely are still putting out a few, but it was definitely like, they had a bit of a acquisition spree. Was it they got like Night School, the guys who made Oxenfree and a few other bits and pieces, and they, and then they're like, we're doing Netflix for games, and they were promoting it quite heavily, and now it's kind of fallen off a little bit. They still do publish a few things here and there, but
I mean, it's getting to the point where they can't just release on the Netflix platform with these things because it's so widespread that they have to use them to, like, even just as leverage somehow on the other platforms, right? So, yeah.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I don't know. Do you see any kind of interesting cross promotion stuff here? I mean, this will probably be more focused on the TV and other IP property stuff, right? Than the video game space immediately.
Yeah.
There were rumors back in the day that Warner Brothers was going to get like their game division acquired by Microsoft, and that they were looking to get that NetherRealm Studio stuff for the Mortal Kombat series and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. Is there anything from Warner Brothers that we're keeping an eye on or we're interested in? I mean, obviously there is that like Lord of the Rings stuff that they've kind of been umming and ahhing about and hasn't gone super well. It was that like Gollum game obviously was
I thought
terrible.
that other company had Lord of the Rings now.
Oh, Amazon has the rights for TV stuff, I think, right? Oh
Well,
no,
who made the
Embracer.
Gollum
That's right.
games, all
Embracer
those, yeah.
didn't Embracer buy a bunch of that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They pretty much said that they pulled everything back and went, okay, we're just gonna focus on Lord of the Rings and make this work.
that's right.
So
yeah, right.
I think
they were
I'm pretty
doing
sure that's
the
their
whole studios
current
thing, yeah.
course.
But so I guess that means that like Netflix will own the intellectual property for those things, so they'll make the profits on whatever take they get from those games, but they're just not going to be involved in developing them. And to be fair, who
Business wise, I'm curious to see how this goes.
yeah, I don't really know. It's
Like I feel like Netflix is less evil than Zaslav and the heads at Warner Brothers currently.
sure.
Yeah.
Current state. So it's a good thing, I think. But overall, it's a bad thing because more acquisitions, more corporate nonsense.
Good old
And honestly,
consolidation
I
and
don't know if this
monopolization.
is going to go through.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, yeah, the acquisition isn't going to be finalized for at least 6 to 12 months. But yeah, there's definitely been
Well,
some
you know
people
who
who've
was
been,
also going for Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah, Paramount was looking at them as well, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know what's going on over here in America, but they are extremely close to our current administration. And with everything going on, I wonder if they're going to try to pull some presidential strings and get this blocked.
It's certainly possible. Yeah, I mean,
Which boy, I would say maybe 4 years ago, if you were saying that kind of stuff, you're just being paranoid. But oh boy, things are not going well over here. So that is something that absolutely could do and very openly. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't. It's true. I mean, yeah, nothing's set in stone, right? And yeah, I don't know where Paramount's going to get the money for it though. But to be honest, but I don't know. I feel like you're right though. The consolidation of all of these, mega corps and all this sort of shit is like very bullshit cyberpunk future, but in the worst way. I just.
How about the positive? What Netflix brand do you think a Warner Brothers studio could really benefit from?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I can't think of many things that Netflix actually has. If you think about like Netflix franchises, what comes to mind? Stranger Things is probably
Stranger Things.
It's probably the only one that I can really think of. They've canceled pretty much everything else.
Avalanche Stranger Things. I mean,
I did see a joke that they're gonna get rid of the Warners, Wacko and all that out of the Warner Brothers tower, so the Stranger Things actors have somewhere to live after the series finishes because they're never going to find work again. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like I like Netflix obviously has, they had a lot of stuff that they came up with. They, during COVID they exploded because they were the only studio in town still producing stuff. But I can't think of many like like franchises that spring out to me as like, oh, cool, yeah, this is the one. Or this is like a big strong IP that I associate with Netflix. I don't know. Whereas like Warner Brothers obviously has quite a lot of IP in terms of like the whole DC library, Mortal Kombat and all that sort of stuff on the video game front. And then Harry Potter is probably the big one, right? Especially with the new series coming out.
Yep. Curious if Netflix would maybe push to more distance themselves from Rowling. I wonder.
Maybe. But
that'd be nice. I'm sure a lot of people would be really happy if that happened.
Yeah, but if there's money to be made, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There could be a little bit of a bridge between some like less popular stuff, like international things and stuff like that, maybe. But, I mean, the one thing that they haven't really done is like bridge that kind of gap a lot. So I think everything's kind of separated. So I don't watch TV. So, I'm only going off what I kind of see.
And the only TV I watch is what Cameron yells at me at for several months before I get up and watching. So
yeah.
Oh, Netflix, K-pop Demon Hunters. Cool.
Let's get that is true. That's actually, what? I completely forgot about that. Yeah, there's the animated side of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess, does this mean that just HBO Max just gets shut down or rolled into Netflix, or they just kind of keep those separate entities? I don't know.
That's the one thing I was excited about. Like, come on, man, just HBO Max go away. Give me one Netflix subscription with all that stuff.
I can watch the fucking Sopranos for the 50th time. Like
I can finally watch Last of Us. I can finally watch the new It show. Like, I'm not paying for Max again right now. So
yeah, I guess that'll be the interesting part. But it does sound like they're going to keep video game stuff kind of ticking along as is for Warner Brothers for now.
Yeah, you don't mess. You don't mess with that.
Yeah, especially considering like Netflix
until they're merged.
But yeah, like that's pretty much all the news this week. Like it's been very, very quiet. I'll flick through a couple of the other headlines. Sega says that it's looking to use AI in its future game development. Water is wet.
Boo. Days
are 24 hours. Yep. Not great, but not unexpected.
Bethesda came out and said the same thing.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Destiny's 2 latest expansion with the Star Wars stuff is apparently not going very well. Roblox has been banned in Russia because of gay stuff. PlayStation is apparently doing some sort of cross promotion thing with Bad Robot, which I think is that's J.J. Abrams' studio. They're doing some sort of Left 4 Dead thing apparently, or someone from Left 4 Dead for a new game. It's like, again, it feels like a Mad Libs like just throw a bunch of stuff together. We're like Left 4 Dead, PlayStation, Bad Robot, new IP, expansive vision for the new universe. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
It was time at the meeting, the corporate meeting, to put the magnets on the wall and mix them up until something sounded good.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what they came with. So,
and then there was some talk around motion capture, like performance categories being at the award shows, especially with Charlie Cox talking about like, hey, I did like 4 hours of voice work, but all the amazing motion capture stuff that was done beforehand doesn't get recognized, and that's a big part of especially that game, but a lot of games. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. Would be cool to see that. I think it's been similar to the sort of stunt actors and that kind of stuff.
yes,
Getting their recognition.
Finally, they're putting stunts in there, but it's like 2027. I think it starts.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not doing it yet.
Be a similar sort of case where it's like people who do a lot of work but still behind the scenes, but still are a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Other than, the marathon thing got sorted out. The plagiarism thing, apparently,
really?
The artist is like, "Yep, I'm fine. I'm happy with what they've done." They delayed the game for 6 months. Might still come out in March. We'll see how it goes.
Yikes.
All right. Game Pass updates. Keo, do you want to read through those?
Yeah, let's have a look at those. We have joining, what are we, December 7th now. So we've had Medieval Dynasty join on the 3rd, along with Stellaris, World War Z Aftermath, Monster Train 2, and Spray Paint Simulator. On the 4th, we had 33 Immortals, Routine, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for Premium.
Mm-hmm.
And we are just about to get Dome Keeper on the 9th, along with Game About Digging a Hole, whatever that is.
Very much what it says on the tin. It is a game about going in your backyard and digging a fucking hole. I'm looking forward to it.
Right? Yeah. And then Death Howl, Mortal Kombat 1, and then on Mortal Kombat 1 on the 10th, and then on the 11th we have Bratz Rhythm and Style. So we get
it's a day one for me. Got to be playing that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and all of those last ones were for Ultimate. So, leaving, we have Mortal Kombat 11 on December 15th. Paw Patrol World, Still Wakes the Deep, and Wild Frost. On the 31st, so far, we have Hell Let Loose, Carrion, and the Windows Stack as well. So,
yeah, they just did the same thing as last year, where for December they announced both of the categories of what's leaving. Because, I guess because people are off halfway through the year and they didn't want to schedule that or whatever. I don't know. I wish they would do this every month, to be honest. I wish they would just tell us what's leaving for each wave.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. Are you guys interested in any of those, or?
I've done 11.
The whole one?
Yeah, the whole one I definitely want to play. Yeah, Digging a Hole. Domekeeper, Cameron was talking about as a big fan. It's an interesting sort of roguelike thing where you defend the dome during the night or whatever, and then you drill into the ground beneath it to find the resources to build guns to build more defenses up the top each day. So you kind of like cycle between like, how much time do I spend in the ground? Do I build elevators and try to get through quickly? Do I spend more time in the ground getting more resources, or do I spend and let my dome be more exposed? Or it seems like a really interesting title. I think it came out like last year. Got a lot of like good indie buzz. So
yeah. Well, I'd started Still Wakes the Deep, but I haven't got the DLC for that, and I don't know.
Yeah, the DLC was, I mean, it was cheap. I just picked it up when it was just, I think it was like 10, 15 bucks or something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe I can smash it out on Ally or something.
It's very short. The DLC is very short. Yeah. It's also not great. It doesn't really add much to the game, but it's fine. Like, whatever. I actually enjoyed the base game quite a bit. Also, good achievement names and good,
that was always fun. But you had to play in the other language.
Yeah, to play Gaelic, which was tough. Lots of stuff coming to Essentials, which is interesting. I guess they're trying to, get people onto Game Pass more often. Spray Paint Simulator in particular is coming to Premium. That's pretty good. But yeah, 33 Immortals is one that I just kind of didn't hear about after it came out, right? I remember people were pretty excited for playing that.
That got revealed. People seemed hyped about it. It came out, and that is the last I ever heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is still in game preview, so it's technically not a 1.0, which is like, I don't tend to play stuff in game preview if I can avoid it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I guess we'll see. Um, patreon.com/HallOfGamers if you want to help support the show. A huge thank you to Old Mate Clown, Cavalier07, Hack and Pone, Kung Fu Skills, Happy Moogles, Admiral Awesome, Natolinated, Lee Howard, Left Legacy, and Venoms AU. We literally could not afford to do the show without you guys, so thank you so much. If you want to help support the show, any amount helps. I know we haven't been doing a lot of extra content recently because we've just been strapped for time, but any kind of extra stuff, Cameron is still brewing on his idea that I need to bother him about. That he wants to do as Patreon content, and we probably will have some of our Game of the Year discussion going up on Patreon exclusively as well, if you want to check that out. You also get access to all the content at any tier, whether it's like $2, $10, $20, $100, whatever you want to give, you get access to everything. It's just to give a little back for those who really want to help support the show. All right, our theme. Kia, what's our theme?
So, November and December, the Bimestral Burden, we have I Need Space. So, if you're still playing in the middle of space games, or if you need to start some space games, now's the time to do it. You have to play games that are either set in space or at least have a space-based level. So, you guys had any of those recently? Last week?
I've been again the same ones as last week, but we can do what we've been playing. I am nearly done with Aliens Dark Descent, as I mentioned earlier. I am on like my nightmare playthrough, like mission 10 of 12, and the last mission is kind of like a story one. So it's like the last two main missions that are really, really tough. So it's been a struggle, but it will be definitely one of my prouder completions when I get it done. It is challenging and frustrating, but not in a way that makes me like go, fuck, this is impossible, but in a way that goes, okay, I need to just like take my time with this, roll the dice a little bit with the RNG, with like where the alien spawns and like how I play this game and sort of stuff. But it is compelling for sure, and I'm glad to be getting through it. But it is pretty tough. The walkthrough on TA is really good though. And then Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, fantastic fucking game. Cameron and Stubby and I have been running through. We finished the campaign, had a good time with it. It's very short, as I mentioned last week, and we're about halfway through. We've done 3 of the 6 other operation missions. We're going to spend a lot of time like leveling up characters and stuff like that. So this will probably be the last time I kind of talk about it, but it is definitely one that I've been really, really enjoying. I was very impressed with it, which again is no big surprise. I know it was on some people's Game of the Year list last year, so.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more, but Kia, what about you? What have you been working on?
Well, I've actually not been doing a whole lot. I did probably the most significant thing is I smashed through the Umbral ending in Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, right.
Before I left Game Pass. So I was very lucky that the Umbral stigmas were just in an area that I hadn't walked into in that playthrough. I think that we didn't have to cross paths in a different playthrough, right?
Yeah, right.
So I managed to find that pretty quickly. So I kind of got it done in like the last few minutes of like of the day that before I left. So that was very lucky. But it was just really crazy to just go through. But I really enjoyed that game. It is, as soon as I started playing it again, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna get this done. So I had no problems playing.
Still looking forward to the sequel?
Well, based on the Umbral ending being my last ending, and apparently that ending being maybe the basis of the new game, possibly. So we'll see. Yeah, it looks really interesting. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, like the first couple of playthroughs, you're just kind of cruising through. You don't really pay a whole lot of attention to what's going on. So because this was just kind of a solo run, I was able to kind of just appreciate it a little bit,
Sure.
I guess.
Not just being
Like
guided
the differences
through it,
with the ending and stuff, I paid attention to it a little bit more. So yeah, but it was good. So not much more other than that. I've been doing Vampire Survivors, trying to knock that out. Did the multiplayer Space Marine with you guys. More Monster Hunter World. But I really need to do my Anthem cleanup.
Oh,
So
shit, yeah, you do not have much time left on that, yeah.
That is what I'm working on right now. So I was doing a bit beforehand. I've been playing it with Kiku, actually, because he hadn't done it either. And he's mostly done now, too. So it's very easy to smash out if you just know what you're doing and not arsing around with the wrong attachments to your gear and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, right.
but yeah, just got to keep replaying those missions and do the collectibles. I did the story for him, but I didn't get the achievements for that. I assume that it doesn't carry over for everybody because I didn't unlock for me. I think it was because he was a couple of missions ahead of me,
Oh, right.
so
yes.
it didn't cycle through everything correctly.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and catch up, and then started unlocking achievements. So I'm just doing this last few missions again, and then I'll do just clean up. So that'll be fine.
I mean,
So-
the thing with the missions is they're basically the same as the repeatable stuff, right? It's just go to an area, shoot some enemies for a bit, maybe go to another area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Iron Man around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's everything. That's pretty much everything. So, I do want to mention though, I started Metroid Prime 4. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I've been hearing some mixed things about that game.
yeah, it is very much Metroid Prime. Very much like it is basically everything the reviews have been saying about it.
Right.
It is old Metroid, but and one of the other things that people are saying is that for that genre, the Metroidvania, they don't progress Metroidvania as a genre.
Sure.
It's just the same as it was before. In
Which
the
is
old
like, I
Metroid
think is
Prime.
okay. Like, I like the.
So
I like Metroid Prime 1 is one of my favorite games of all time back in the day. But
Yeah.
I also have not played it in a long time, so I wonder how it's aged.
yeah. So I guess that's my space game.
Yeah, that counts. That's a space game. I'll give you that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I'm barely at even the first boss. Like it's
Right.
at the start of the game, and I'm like, oh, I really should have charged my Joy-Cons before. I was like, oh, I really should have charged my Switch when before I got the game. And then I started playing. I'm like, oh, I really should have charged my Joy-Cons. So, but more to come on that one, I guess. So, yeah.
What about you, Shane? What are you been working on?
Let's see. Since the last time I was on, the main thing I'd been working on was Stranger of Sword City in Japanese.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it was okay. It was an RPG, turn-based RPG, first-person dungeon crawler. Anyone who doesn't know, but it's all in Japanese, so I had to struggle through. I found the TA walkthrough lacking, just in that it wasn't as in depth as it needed to be with its instructions,
Right.
and it did the cardinal sin of missing a step during one of the quests. So, or like, not a quest, but like to get to the next quest.
Yeah.
And so I was scrambling around and translating everything on my phone, trying to figure out who says something that tells me what I need to do next. Whatever. But I didn't run into too many troubles. Again, another fault of it, the guide was it didn't tell me I had other spells.
Oh.
So I made it well over halfway through the game using no support spells whatsoever. That would have been helpful.
Yeah.
Once I did find those, it became even faster. Apparently, you get like dungeon-wide buffs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
Shit.
So that helped. The end is pretty tough, but I was still well under-leveled from where the walkthrough wanted me to be. Like to the point where there's a class change system where you kind of, like most of these, you could carry over certain things from each class, and it's by a good 2/3 of the way through the game, it's like, okay, you need a class change now, and you'll be this level, and you'll have these skills now. I was still a good 5 levels under that at that point.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't need that, so I'm going to keep going. And I did. I didn't need the class change to really finish up. I did for convenience sake, because doing so in the way I did it made it so one of the casters had all the spells together, and then the other one could just defend or block, I guess.
Yep.
So I did it. I was like, that'll make things a little easier. But all in all, not bad. I bet it's a lot more fun in English when you know what's going on, and you can find. The guide never told me to use items except for one time. So there's, it's an RPG. There's so many items that I was using that I wasn't told I should use or I could use, and then many more that I probably didn't even know existed. So again, in English, I bet this is even easier. You can play on easy. You can skim through it. I'm sure it's a lot better. I wasn't a huge fan, but I also don't like turn-based RPGs much anymore. So
Sure.
'Cause I know you were eyeing it, Neo, right?
Yeah, it's on my list of now 70 or 68 games or so. I need to make a list of that, of like games that I have
Yeah.
in my unstarted backlog. The English version, though,
Mhm.
obviously. So I was like, okay,
Yes.
but I was like looking at the TA walkthrough, and it's not super well formatted either. It's kind of a mess. And
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm
not.
just like, I was reading through it and being like trying to understand it to make sure I knew what I was getting myself into. And I was like, okay, maybe this is going a bit lower on the list of what I play. But now that you finished it, I
Yeah, once
might.
you get in it, like once more of those complicated RPGs or complicated games in general, once you get in, you'll be like, oh, that's what you meant.
Exactly.
All right, I
Yeah.
got it.
That's kind of what I
it.
think too. But
So,
I'm so worried about fucking it up, you know. So I'm like, I think once I get past that initial hump, so it's on my list somewhere to do. But it is. I have a few other games to try and work on first.
well, like I said, his main thing their main thing about writing it was, okay, once you get these levels, you're gonna switch this class and do this. I only did the initial bit and I was
Yeah.
fine. So
Okay.
you really can't screw it up past that.
Okay.
So yeah, once you get it set up and you understand what's going on, you make your characters and then you can choose classes and stuff. Not that bad.
Sweet.
And then I finished that on the very last day of November. So next day I started my November game for 2024 that I never got around to.
Oh yes. Right.
I started casting a Frank Stone.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The one that's coming to Game Pass recently.
Yeah, yeah, the super massive Dead by Daylight game. So yeah, it was perfect timing coming to Game Pass because that was my November game.
Yeah, because I just fucking bought it right
earlier in the
before. I
month.
bought it and finished it like the week before it came to Game Pass. So you're welcome.
Whoops. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Saved me a lot of money. It's cool. It's a super massive game. I mean, I'm at the grind all scenarios and all that kind of thing that like most games have. So I don't think the story was very engaging. Maybe it would be more so if I knew anything about Dead by Daylight at all, besides the 2 hours I think Stevie and I played one time ever years ago. So I don't know the lore. I don't have any connection to the series. I recognize things like, at one point she's in a dream sequence and the scratches are behind her from, that the people follow. And at the end, when the killer like does this on his arm, it goes first person. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But, eh. It's cool though. I mean, it's pretty. It's neat. It's I don't know. It's functional.
I really, that
And then-
last achievement though really did sour me on just like having to play through every variation of every choice. It's just like, why? It doesn't add.
I'm following a
anything to
guide
the
right now,
experience.
and I have played the final like section of that game 20 times now, and
Yep.
I just saw that it's switching it up finally after
Yeah.
like 2 days of doing that on and off. So yay, I get to try something else and see how that goes. But and then amongst all that, I am trying to take part in TA's 12 Days of Christmas 2025 challenge. So, like I usually do in these kind of contests, I am trying to use a different game for every challenge. Like either a game I've already started, which if anyone knows me, that list is very short, or games I haven't started yet. And if I do start a new game, I'm going to try to default to non-backwards compatible 360 games. Or backwards compatible if that fails, because that's also a list that is getting really small. Challenge one was I needed an achievement with 100 plus TA difference. So between like the gamer score and the TA. So luckily I have Power Ranger Super Samurai still sitting on my tag. Popped achievement that quick. I'm getting near the end of that. So all those games are getting, all those achievements ratios are getting mighty high. Because it's a Connect game and no one plays those. For 2 must-haves on Challenge 2, I needed 2 achievements from games with a 4+ site rating with 100 votes. God, what did I go for that? I should really bring up my guide too. But I know for that one, I started my first new game. Oh, maybe I did use Casting of Frank Stone, actually. I know I used that for one of these. Because again, I'm just trying to do it for... I'm only trying to use one for each one. I brought up the list of the... Oh, there we go. Yeah. I started Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh right.
Yeah, I
For
saw
that
you
one.
playing
Great
that.
game.
Yeah.
Great fucking game.
Yeah, I am sure I'll like it. I'm sure it'll be fine. I have all the DLC from before the store closed. So it's the non-backwards compatible 360 version.
Gotcha.
I'm
Okay.
playing.
Yeah.
That one is
So,
maybe
yeah.
slightly less good, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little
Survival
jank.
though, you don't have to worry about doing it in multiplayer.
That's true. It doesn't have co-op. Yeah, so you can just do it. Solo.
Yeah, and the
Mhm.
you just have to finish it to get the game to get the survival cards to make it worth it.
Yeah.
So
Good to know.
you finish the game and then you get unlocked survival cards that are worthwhile going into the other mode.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about because again, most of these games I literally popped in, got for that in that case 2 achievements, which means I beat the first level. Yeah, I beat the first chapter or whatever, and got the 2 achievements I needed. So I was done with that
Yeah.
one. I'm sure I'll like it. I like that first one a lot. The
Yeah.
first Tomb Raider reboot. So.
Mm.
Let's see. Challenge 3 was earn 3 achievements in games previously in the top 100 of our most popular Xbox games of the week chart, but is not currently in it. So that was my Frank Stone one. I'm pretty sure when that came out, everyone jumped on it pretty quick. So I got 3 achievements in that or whatever and finished that one. Challenge 4 was earn 4 achievements with 3 consecutive zeros in the game name, achievement name, or achievement description. Luckily, unlike most people, I have not played any of the ACA games, so I quickly jumped on King of Fighters 2000 and got 4 achievements in that one. So
Nice.
And that's not currently. That's probably going to sit on my tag for a while. I think that's going to be my new. I'm busy. I need an achievement for my streak game because it's pretty quick. So, and then yesterday was challenge 5. Earn 5 achievements in games released between 2006 and 2011, or variations, remasters, regional variations, blah blah blah. I did Duke Nukem Forever finally.
Damn, that's a
starting that one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Got some turd burgling, got some noms. Yeah, so. And today's is spell slay using the first letter of achievement unlocks. That's what I was running that macro for, where I had it trying to look through every achievement I could earn from my collection and trying to piece together if that was possible. It took like 2 hours and I had to turn it off because it was taking too long. So I will go back to the drawing board on that one. I think I have an S coming up in Frank Stone, and then I think I might just piece it together from there and not do a game for each letter or something crazy like that. That's too much. That'll make my
starts getting pretty
completion
ridiculous
percentage
towards
get
the
too low.
other end of that challenge.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's all I've been playing. I think I'll probably finish Frank Stone in the next few days. I don't think I have much more left. The guide I'm following is in 3 parts. The first part was the first playthrough. The second part I'm almost done with, and then the third part I think is just cleanup. So I should be about done. Hopefully. And then I'll probably start my December game real soon after that, which is going to be Banishers of New Eden.
Oh, right, which is also on Game Pass now, which is a good get. Yeah.
Yeah, sure is.
I want to hear your
really doing
opinions
me
on
a
that,
real solid there.
because that's been on my it was on my wish list for a long time.
Yeah.
It's one that I've definitely wanted to get, but it's also a relatively involved completion in terms of like time. I think it's like
I
50
think
hours.
of all the games I've done for this year for that little challenge of mine, I think Banishers of New Eden is the one that got the most praise and recognition. So, but I ran out of games. I really wanted to do Dustborn, but they never fixed the achievement.
Yeah, right.
I really wanted to do that. That looked like a cringy mess, and it just I don't play unobtainables, man. I ain't playing that. So
Yeah, fair. I've got a couple more that I've just been sort of working on. Age of Mythology released a new title update. I picked up the sort of expansion pass or whatever when it was on sale over Black Friday. So the new one is a sort of roguelike mode where you do randomly selected scenarios and you kind of pick a path in a sort of inscription or roguelike mode where it's like you kind of pick nodes and you kind of move between them, and each node has a different type of challenge on it, and you get experience and you get like buffs and stuff. It's super strange. You can play it on whatever difficulty you like, so I mean obviously you get a bit of a bonus if you play it on high difficulties, but Cameron and I did a run through of that just to see how it was and get an achievement or two. I think we got to like level 5. There's an achievement for hitting level 99, so really not looking forward to that, but it was fine enough. Like we basically have builds that we can just rush through. Each time they give you new heroes to unlock and new abilities. Like it's a kind of interesting idea for a mode. It's kind of an expansion on their like Heroes Arena of the Gods thing that they did previously. Yeah, there's no like story or anything or whatever. So we'll see. It's going to be a long, slow grind, I think. So Cameron and I are just going to put some time to that every now and then. But it's not leaving Game Pass anytime soon because they own it. So okay, we'll just kind of work on it. Already talked about Space Marine. The big one that I was playing this week was Mafia: The Old Country. So I was talking about scrambling to get things done from this year. That's one that I really wanted to get done. I don't think it's Game of the Year material by any means, but I did have a really good time with the narrative. It is a classic Mafia storyline, but obviously with the backdrop of being in Sicily in the Old Country as opposed to the sort of Empire Bay, New York style coming up from being a taxi driver or whatever it is from the original game and that kind of stuff. you play as Enzo. He is a miner in the sulfur mines in Sicily. He's planning on leaving for Empire Bay with his friend. Tragedy strikes, and he ends up in the protection of Don Torrisi, who is one of the rival dons to where he was, and so starts working there, going up with the family, going through the classic thing of learning how the business works, and seeing some of the darker sides of it, but also understanding the opportunities. He also immediately falls in love with the Don's daughter, and that's going to go well. And so it's like it is a very by the numbers, like mafia style story with a slightly interesting backdrop, sort of set earlier than the kind of usual like 1920s, 1930s sort of style. I really like the story. It gameplay wise is not a lot to it. It is basically stealth sections, some cover-based shooting sections, and then some like knife fight things that you do with like dodging and parrying and stuff, which is kind of slightly interesting. But it's just kind of like that ad nauseum. You have to play through on Classic with the new DLC update or the new title update they did. Classic is not overly difficult. It is punishing, but you won't have any trouble with it if you're used to this kind of game. Like I definitely died a few times, but I was never like, fuck this, I'm never doing this again. It's only slightly more difficult than hard. Yeah, it has a chapter replay, but it also has like a free roam mode. And the free roam mode is just littered with collectibles for no fucking reason. And it is so mafia by the numbers of like, cool, you played through this like really tight, like 8 to 10 hour story that had like a really cool narrative, and by the numbers, but well presented and well voice acted, and like had lots of stakes. And then it's like, cool, now go into the free roam mode and spend like 5 to 6 hours just driving around the map using a guide to get all the collectibles for no fucking reason. And then also the title update added a bunch of challenges where it's like, do four little assassination missions where you have 10 minutes to get through a level and assassinate someone. They took those 3 things of like that, the driving and racing aspect of like, cool, do time trials and like horse races and stuff. Do like 15 or 16 of those, and then do like 5 wave-based shooting cover-based maps. It's like a horde mode thing. It just feels so unnecessary. The whole open world aspect, and I understand why, because they were like, we can't just put out a single player linear narrative game that's like 6 to 8 hours and just be like, cool, have fun with that, and then be done with it, because people will complain that it's too short and they're not getting value for money. So let's put a bunch of just padding bullshit in there to turn it into a 20-hour game. And like, I liked it quite a bit, but I just, by the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm super done with this fucking game, and it really just did not add anything to the experience, unfortunately.
I feel like that's how most Mafia games end.
Yeah, Mafia 1 is the same, Mafia 2 is the same, Mafia 3 is the worst because it has none of the good story stuff. But yeah, they were like, cool, we're doing a 4th Mafia game, it's going to be just like the other ones. And so if you're okay with that experience, and like I was for the most part, like whatever, like I spent 6 hours working on some collectibles and some challenges stuff. They weren't overly difficult, whatever. It's no skin off my back. I got it done. It's got a nice ratio, whatever. But yeah, I would recommend it, but definitely wait for a good sale, like more than 50% off for this kind of game, I think. Or it'll come to Game Pass probably at some stage as well. I've also been going through my backlog. I've been trying to split between going through my unstarted backlog and also anything new that I'm buying, I'm installing and playing straight away to make sure it doesn't end up on my unstarted backlog.
Yeah.
And so in that same vein, I've decided that my next project game is going to be Shin Megami Tensei 5, which, it's going to be like a 150-hour experience, so it's going to take me some time for sure. Requires like 6 playthroughs of the game because of all the endings. I've put like, I've got 1 achievement in it. I've put like 10, 15 minutes into. I've created my character. I've fought like the tutorial bosses, and I've found the first save point basically. So this is what I'm going to be working on in the background. I will talk more about it as I get more into it, but there's not really much to say there outside of it. Definitely has that Persona style because obviously it's the same franchise. Picked up the DLC for Power Wash Simulator, so started on the Wallace and Gromit DLC because that was a fun one. That's nothing really to say there. It's just more of the same. Exactly. Cheese.
Cheese Gromit.
Ace Attorney Investigations. That's the 3rd Ace Attorney collection. Has the 2 Miles Edgeworth games in it. The second one that's never actually been officially translated in the West. So excited to play those. Those are the ones I've actually never played. So those was on sale as well. So picked that up. So started it. Done the first case. So I'm sure it'll be more of the same, but I'm totally happy with that. And then for my backlog game, I've been trying to start a unstarted backlog game each week. The one that I started was Clash, Artifacts of Chaos, which is one that you recommended, Shane.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. I like it quite a bit. I was a big fan of the original two, the Xeno Clash games, which was like first-person brawlers with some very weird world building and story in a way that I've never seen before.
Weird.
Very strange in a way that I'm like unapologetically weird. Doesn't explain shit. This game is that too. Like they were like, yeah, we're throwing you back into that world. No, you just like, yeah, it's like, yeah, do you have dice? No, you don't have dice. You get punched in the head if you don't have dice.
What if Dark Souls was weird?
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's like it's like Dark Souls met God Hand. It's very very strange in its combat system. It's very clunky, but I'm enjoying it. I've gotten the first shield, so like I'm still relatively early on, I think. So I think you need to get 4 of them. And there's kind of 4 main zones, it looks like. So I'm still kind of going through it. There aren't a huge amount of guides or walkthroughs, so it's been kind of like trial and error. There's one walkthrough that shows you where kind of the secrets are, and I've been using that for like finding that stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I'm playing the game correctly, but I am having a pretty good time with it. It definitely is frustrating though. Sometimes you just get bodied, and you just be like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it feels.
And then next time you do the same fight and you body them, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Nothing changed, but okay.
It feels massively unbalanced, to be honest. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know. But like, I'm curious to see where it goes. It's been one that's been sitting on my backlog for a little while, so I'm glad to be able to get around to it. But yeah, so that's the one. I don't have too much more to say about it. I'll probably say more once I've made some more progress on it. I haven't quite decided what my next game is going to be for this coming week, but I'll talk about that next episode. I'll need to consult the list.
Stranger of Sword City.
Stranger of Sword City might be the one I go with. We'll see. Yeah. But it is definitely hard going to these backlog games when I've been playing bangers like Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2 and Mar for the Old Country and Space Marine and shit. I've been like, man, these are some great fucking video games.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's one reason I don't partake too often in like really new games, because I'm usually in those old ones, and it's yeah. Sometimes you're playing some of the new games, and you're like, oh, this is so good.
I'm playing a lot of old games at the moment, and I'm like, there's some new games that I wish I played.
Yeah, I guess it's that thing, right, where it's like I don't tend to buy games very often. Like most of the time, you'll hear me talking about either backlog stuff or Game Pass stuff. Occasionally, I'll pick up something that was on a really good sale, but very, very rare. And so it's like, this is my treat to myself to be able to go, cool, Black Friday came around, I spent too much fucking money on a bunch of shit. I'm gonna play through it and just enjoy it, and like this is my Christmas present to myself. And then I get to go back to the backlog mines of that. Like now I think it's down to like 68 games. I need to I'm gonna put the list together of what those games actually are, so people can help me pick and choose what's actually worth playing. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with all that stuff, but I wish I had more time. It has definitely been hard to find time recently because it's just been so busy with the time of year. We also have the word challenge, everyone's favorite competition where I come up with a game and you guess what it is. I give you one clue each week. You go on our Discord and you type the game name and a GIF pops up, and sometimes it works. It's worked last time though, so you know. And so we've got a new game this week, and the first clue is this game has hacking in it. That's it. That's all you're getting. I know that's unhelpful, but that's how it goes. First clue is always the unhelpful one, so start getting your guesses in. Knowing my luck, someone's probably going to guess it on the first try and just ruin my entire idea. So, best of luck to everyone. Think about games you have hacking. Any kind of hacking.
All kinds of hacking.
All kinds of hacking. Any kind of hacking. Whether it's like a mini game or whether it's like just hacking in the game itself. I'm keeping it vague.
Maybe you're hacking some meat. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, could be machete style hacking. You never know.
Yeah, the old
hack, whack, chop that meat.
Don't get us copyright strike. All right. We also have the leaderboards. I'll just read through those quickly. We have in third place Mad Eye Pad Eye with 18,540, a Grey Shark with 24,805, and Thrash Forever with 51,490. I do not understand how he keeps that up. Completions. Shane, do you want to read through those?
All right. Looks like Mike finished up Anthem, which, you know, Keo, get to it. Left 4 Legacy did Battlefield 6.
Did not like that title
Regenstein
update.
did Contrast. The Moon Zom did Black Ops 7, and Dude That Writes Long Reviews did Apex Legends.
not many, but all really good games.
Yeah, some really good ones.
Good completions. Good completion.
Yeah, Moon's finishing up Black
Not
Ops
good.
7.
Not good games. Good completion.
Yeah, good completions. Sure, yeah. Black Ops 7 is oof, but they got through that. They got through that Easter egg, so that's impressive. I'm quaking a little bit having to do that in Dead Ops and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, I know. I still haven't done it. I wasn't with the boys when they did it, so.
Yeah, Left 4 Legacy doing Battlefield 6 that apparently was not a fan of that new Battle Royale title update bullshit, which, not super surprising. Apparently.
Yeah, the revives and
the
everything
revives
like that.
is just crazy.
Woof.
Well, that's probably going to bring us to the end of the show. It's a bit of a short one this week. Like I said, not a lot of news. And we've just been busy gaming, and living our lives. I probably should say I don't know how many more episodes we're going to get out of this year. To be honest, I'm thinking we'll probably do next week, and that might be it. We'll see. We'll keep you posted, but we are definitely getting towards the end of the year, and we can take a little bit of a break over the holidays. We will do Game of the Year early next year, though, so that'll be in January, so keep an eye out for that. Definitely want to hear people's Game of the Year picks and yell at us about how we were wrong. And yeah, always check out the Patreon for latest updates and other content and stuff, bits and pieces. Excuse me. But I think, that's pretty much it for our episode. Keo, anything you want to promote?
No, not at the moment. So you can just Keel live at home everywhere, and then at How to Fix Gaming on YouTube, just for my old stuff. Because there's no new stuff on there.
Yeah, fair.
So, yeah.
Shane, what about you?
You can always find all my links and such on firehawkd.com. I'm usually either streaming every night on Twitch, or I am posting videos every day on YouTube.
And I'm Neomaster on everything, True Achievements, Xbox, and Discord, as always. Those are the places to find me. Check out our episodes. If you're an audio listener and you want to see our wonderful faces, you can check us out on Twitch, Xbox Hall of Gamers, when we do this live. Otherwise, the VODs are on YouTube, and Char does a wonderful thumbnail each week, so definitely thank them for that. That's been episode 195. We will catch you guys next week. See you later.
Peace out.